Alright, my zillions, welcome to my review of the Soul of Chogokin GX-76 Dynamic Classics UFO Robot Grendizer. Oh man, this has been a long time coming, guys. Been wanting to do this review for so long, but unfortunately, really soon after acquiring this figure, I broke it. I moved a piece of furniture that this guy was on, along with a few other figures that all fell down, and I broke him. I broke his shoulder right off, his arm right off his shoulder, and yeah, that kind of bummed me out, guys. So just kind of went back on the shelf. I fixed him. I just kind of fused the shoulder in. I'm not one to do much customizing and fixing here, so didn't know what else to do. I just, you know, I just kind of did it real quick. It was like, oh, I gotta just try. And honestly, he's still fine for the shelf. I couldn't return him either. Was not something I could return. But here we are, all this time later, and I did review this guy, the Kyoto version of Grendizer, Sofubi, and I was like, man, it is time. It is well past time to review this guy. And I love super robots. I love this Go Nagaya creation. Grendizer is one of my favorite super robots. Just always dug the look of him, and yeah, so I'm just gonna stop blabbing, because I could blab on for quite a bit about this guy. But I won't. Let's get to the review. Alright, let's have a look here at Grendizer, because he looks pretty phenomenal. Head sculpt is awesome. Really, really like it. Just looks so great. Paint is really nice. The gold on his horns, and his eyes look really, really good. He's got a light blue over his mouth there, and the mouth is in silver. Black down the center, of course. You got the red here, which looks good. The little spikies. There is a little excess red that goes up on that last spike. It's not the biggest of deals. I have other things to worry about this guy. Then you got the Harkins here on his shoulder, which is kind of is like weapons. They do kind of come out a little bit too easy for my taste, but they look good. You got this V here, you know, very classic super robot styling. You know, all these like Go Nagai figures like all had this like similar look figures, you know. Creations, super robot creations. I really like his. This is what always got me, like the way his fists look, and his gauntlets here. I really like them. They're done in red and white around the edges, and you got the blue, metallic blue at the hands, which looks awesome. Gloves underneath, as well as the fists. Fists are really nice. This is his punching fists, looking good with the black trims. Very nicely done. Speaking of trims, I like the blue trim underneath his shoulder pads, which is great. Back is not much to talk about, but it's fine. Blue down here is, again, really nice. That same metallic blue. Red fins going down to his feet, which are cool. Like, kind of look very UFO-ish themselves. Red on the tips. Very nice. I like this, you know, crotch piece here is really cool. This piece is kind of coming out a little bit here at the waist. We'll see that later. But this piece is really nicely painted. I like that green in there. That's pretty nicely done. So yeah, overall, he's really nice looking. His proportions are great. I mean, it's perfect spot on Grendizer. I'm really like, you know, as far as a classic Grendizer, you can't get better than that. Now, articulation, before we get to this problem area, and I'll show you what I lost. His head goes all the way back. This is for, like, you know, help, you know, when you combine with, like, his spazer. I do have that spazer set. Unfortunately, I'll never open it because I've lost some articulation here, and it's kind of part and parcel with having him combined there. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be selling that. I should have sold it already, but I just... yeah. But the head is pretty good. Neck joint look is good. Head rocks back and forth, so you get the head joint and a joint at the neck. You do have a joint at the chest here, but you're not getting a super range of motion there. And then same thing at the waist. Not a ton going on. Again, probably for transformation there, you would get more. Arms, let's see what a regular arm does here. First of all, the shoulder pad moves out of the way, which is nice. It's on a hinge with a little bolt joint in there. Then you got the hinge in here. Could go up and down, which is good. You got a butterfly joint, which is very, very nice. That's very cool. You have bicep swivel. You have a double jointed elbow. Ooh, and that fell off. That's not nice. So you got the double jointed elbow. And you can rotate it as well. And then the fists are on ball joints. At the legs, now here, since that fell off, because I was playing around with it, if you take this off, there's a piece that goes on here, and I'll show you that in the accessories, but you get a pretty good kicking forward. Without it, you don't. To the side, you're not really getting much anyway, and back, not really. You can rotate it at the thigh just a little bit, not a ton. Really deep knee joint, which is nice. It sounds really great too. And then the foot has a nice rocker, and you can swivel it, so that's pretty good. It does drop down a little bit as well. You see that? So that's excellent. So you can do that. Little bit of a, pretty good posing. So I got stuff. The Harkin fell off now. Flying off this guy. These move out of the way as well, so you could, do that. So that's cool. So this arm, what did I lose? I still have this. I still have this. This can still move, which is nice. Didn't lose that. And I still have the butterfly joint. So what I lost is I broke the piece in here. So I can't really move back and forth one way or the other. I guess I can move it a little bit this way because of the butterfly joint. But otherwise, yeah, and that's pretty ugly. Yeah, Ultrazilla didn't do the cleanest job there. Yeah, is what it is. I can still get him in some cool poses. However, the shoulder is pretty messed up, and he's pretty much a shelf piece now, despite the decent articulation. Ooh, that was my ruler that just went sliding down the side of my desk. So let's start out accessories here with the alternate hip skirts, since part of his hip skirts fell off there. You have two, one for each side, and you would take this guy and you would pop that in here. Like so. Like so. Like so. And now you have, you could do the range of motion. It is darker down here, so it kind of mimics. I don't think it looks that great, though. Honestly, I don't. I think it's just, for me, I'll not have the articulation there. Grendizer comes with a bunch of hands, including these open hands here, which are very nicely done. I really like the metallic blue again, and the little joints in black. It looks really good. Then he's got a holding hand here, two holding hands, two holding fists, I should say, and then a little bit more open, but still like fists, closed fists for holding. So pretty cool. And one of the things you can hold is the Harkins themselves. You can use it as like a boomerang if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. This is actually the Alt Harkin. So you get two of those. And here I'm just going to go straight into this part, I guess. There is that one, and it comes with these poles here. And you would stick them at the ends. And you could have a single Harkin. This is not the proper fist for this, but I guess you could hold it. That would be a single. And then if you put this together, that would be the double. So that's pretty cool. This is done in that blue plastic again. It's got some nice sculpt work. And that looks very, very nicely done, so I like that. What's a Super Robot without his rocket punch or variety of a rocket punch? With Grendizer, it is the Screw Crusher punch. And now what you want to do is you would take this off. He comes with 2 of these. Nice feeling thing here. And you would pop that in there. So you would have it like that with these blades kind of open. And you have the punch in there. You have the fist, the punch. And this would go in here. Gotta key it to the right section there, I guess. There we go. That's how that would look. That's pretty cool. You got one for each hand on that. So you see the inside is like this dark maroon color. And then you see the regular red inside. That's pretty slick, I think. Now, if you want to get Grendizer to look like he actually shot this off, you would take this out. You would take out the little joint piece, and then it comes with 2 of these little pieces, one for each arm. A little metallic blue in there. It's kind of just like a little plug. And you would plug up his arm here. So it looks like he just shot it off. That's pretty cute. Come on, I like that. Another variety here is the screw punch. As you can see, it's like a open blades, which is pretty cool. You just pop the fist in there. So this is the same gauntlet piece that we used before. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's another little accessory. You get one for each side, which is very nice. And the last one would be the Crusher punch, where like the blades look like they're folded like into I guess like a bullet almost. So that's pretty cool. This looks kind of deadly. Oh, and I guess pretty heavy. One thing I almost forgot here is there's also these little attachments here if you want to do a blade like this, which is pretty nice looking for a single blade. That looks very, very cool. I do dig that little blade on the bottom, so very nicely done. For standing and storage, Grendizer has his little base here, which is cool. It's this little Chogokin Dynamic Classics Grendizer on it in gold. That's very nice. This is pretty standard issue for SOCs, just plastic. But that opens up. You can put, this thing where everything came in. It was great, So, and then you could pop all the accessories. Not all the accessories, but a lot of the accessories would go in there. It's cool. If you want to put Grendizer on this, you can do so. I'll reset here. Show you that. There you go. And then he has a little stand here, a little armature that has a few pieces here. We have this piece, and this goes into I'm not gonna take it out, but these open up. You can pop them in. It's got a little. This stuff I just don't care about because I'm not going to use it for him. So it's very nice. It's cool to have it. There's yet another piece here. So a nice big fat piece that could move. Ooh. Wow, that's annoying, and I apologize. Also, that opens up there. You can pop that in there. Pop that in here. And that you go. This is probably all you'll need if you want to display your Grendizer on a stand. I just don't do that. This is all going in the box for me. I just need Grendy, and that is it. For some size comparisons, here he is first with the K-Odo. Grendizer is really, really tall, and this guy's pretty tall, as you're going to see. Also from Sofubi Toy Box, you have the Getter One piece, which is a little shorter than the Grendizer. That looks pretty good together, actually. Here is with a couple of other Grendizer in my collection, with the HL Pro one and the Absolute Chogokin one. I really like this guy. Here is with the Mechazone Dynamo, the NECA Spyro, the DST Mr. Stay Puft, and finally the Chogokin Mechagodzilla 75. And I brought him in because I did realize this was not the only significant figure that fell down that day. He also fell down and cracked his little piece right here, which is, you know, I really need to paint this over. But this cracked in so many pieces. Youch. These things are very fragile. It wasn't the first time I cracked that, but these were the two guys that got damaged in that fateful, horrible, ill-advised moving of furniture without taking everything off of it. Yeah. Good job, Ultrazilla. The last thing to talk about before final thoughts, diecast. This guy has a lot. I didn't want to forget about that. This is a diecast figure. It is very heavy. This got a lot of feet. These boots. I can't tell if it's thighs. It's cold, yeah. They're hard. Yeah, it's diecast. There's a lot here, guys. Chest. Not the arms at all, but enough. It's heavy and it feels good. And that is why it felt like a ton of bricks. But man, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love a lot of these diecast figures. They're so awesome. And final thoughts, it's so awesome. I mean, really, what else is there to say? It's really good. Besides my break, the only issue I really have is like some of the arms and the Harkins come off a little bit too easy. Otherwise, it's beautiful. Tamashii did such a great job here. Grendizer looks super classy, and it's just awesome looking. There's really nothing bad to say about it looks-wise. It's perfect for your shelf. Is that not going in all the way? There we go. It's such a great shelf piece for me. Like, I'm super happy with it, honestly. And I'm really glad that I finally got it in front of the camera because it just deserved to be featured. I think, honestly, it's been holding me back from doing a lot of these Super Robots and Soul of Chogokin figures and whatever else I have. It has. It's like a weird thing, but I think it has, so I'm glad to have put this one away. And that is my review, guys. It is super awesome. I love it. As a Grendizer fan, it is just perfect. Alright, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts below. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. And until next time, peace out, peeps.